Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, please do get involved in the chat, comment, like, subscribe. Give us your opinions. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you think about all this stuff. So today I'm going to talk about a personal experience of mine of what happens when your music goes viral on TikTok. This is something that most musicians tend to spend their life chasing, looking to achieve. Labels treat it like gold dust. It's like a holy grail type thing. But I also think people don't... How many people have actually ever experienced a song going viral? How many musicians out there have had this actually happen to them? And I think there's a bit of an idea of what it means, which isn't as a true reflection in reality, right? So I'm going to break down what happened when one of my songs went viral on TikTok and what I got from it, how the experience was, and, you know, what the benefits and non-benefits were. So to give you a bit of an introduction, as well as running Different Source as a marketing agency and as well as running Bad Parrot, which is a record label, I am a musician myself. That's why I got into this. I've made house and techno and electronic music my whole life under the artist name FNP. So I'm going to tell you about what happened when one of my songs went viral. This song was called Interlinked, and it had already had some success on Spotify and streaming platforms before it went viral on TikTok. So it already had a bit of a listenership anyway. But what actually happened was the song had gone viral. It was being used by people all over the world on TikTok. And I didn't actually know this was happening. I didn't get any notifications or email from my distribution, which was Believe Digital, I think. I didn't really get any kind of notifications from TikTok or anything like that. I was not aware this was happening at all until I signed up as a TikTok artist, as a TikTok musicians page. What then happens is it links your page with all of your music out there, and it shows you this is how well your music's performing on TikTok, right? So if there's one takeaway from this, sign up for TikTok as an artist, right? Make sure that you've got an artist page, because then you see all of your analytics, you see how well your music's performing and whatnot. And this won't happen to you. But basically, I logged in as an artist, created this artist account, and saw that my song has been used thousands of times on TikTok, all over the world as well, and by big companies. My song was used by PlayStation. My song was used by the Daily Mail. Not so happy about that one. It was used by UGG, and it was used by Bolt, the taxi company. So I got this notification and realized, oh my God, this has been a hit. This has been successful. This has been used all over the world. But what real world impact did this actually have? I wasn't getting booked for any more shows. I didn't seem to have more fans. But there were lots of people making videos with my music. Certainly wasn't getting paid anymore. I promise you that. Didn't make any more money because of this. So let's dig into the numbers of this a little bit. So I'm looking at this, my music's performance over the last 90 days, which is the longest kind of time frame you can get through TikTok. So in the past 90 days, there's been 3.1 thousand posts with my song, which equals 14 million views. And here's some of the kind of top posts that have used it, right? Just, they're quite random. Now, this is past the peak of the song going viral. When the song was at its most viral, it was getting used hundreds of times a day. So, has this led to an increase in my followers on TikTok? Well, in that same time, you'll see here that I've gone from 2.6 thousand followers on TikTok to 2.73 thousand followers on TikTok. So, not significantly, it hasn't. There's been an increase, but it's not anything of particular significance. And even when the song was properly going viral, I never really noticed my followers going up. So no real impact on followers there. But, and this is the key question, does your song going viral impact your streams on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, wherever, right? This is kind of the reason that you want your music to go viral, right? Because you want people to listen to the full song. So in that same time frame on Spotify, the song that went viral has achieved 9,000 streams. It's been saved 65 times. The locations of the streams as well are totally different to where my fans are on TikTok. So on TikTok, the listeners were mainly in the UK. It was like 95% United Kingdom. Whereas on Spotify, my streams are coming from America and all over the place, right? So that would tell you that there's not a link there. It also says that in the source of streams that only 1% of them are from my profile. And that's the key one you're looking for if you're looking for how people have transitioned from TikTok to Spotify, right? So the answer here is no, right? There hasn't really been an uplift. So over the past 90 days on TikTok, I've got 14 million views on content which uses my music. 14 million, right? And 3,500 posts that use my song in the last 90 days, right? That has only led to 9,000 streams and 65 saves on Spotify, okay? Why? What you would think that with those sort of numbers on TikTok, there would be some transition to streaming platforms, right? And I'm only using Spotify in this example. Maybe it's slightly different than Apple Music, but I can't look into that at the moment, right? So why hasn't this worked? Everyone thinks that your song going viral is the key, the key to success. First thing, you go viral. Second thing, you're in the Billboard charts. Third thing, you get signed. Fourth thing, you're doing a big tour. And then all of a sudden, you're fucking, I don't know, you're Taylor Swift, right? The problem here is, and this is my own fault, is that, like, I haven't been on it with the content. I've been too busy doing this sort of stuff, right? But on my own artist page, I will admit it's been a little bit neglected. So there's been no real artist involvement from me. I've not run any adverts. I've not really capitalized on a momentum that did once exist, right? And there's a lesson to be learned here. There really is a lesson to be learned here, right? So I've had a song go viral, right? All the things that you as an artist probably want. Lots of people using your song. Loads of dance videos, all of that stuff. Lots of brands using my video. But because there was no artist-led follow-up from me, I haven't done any videos about the song. I haven't done any performance videos. I haven't done any song breakdowns. I haven't thanked anyone for using the song, right? Because I wasn't aware it had gone viral. So because there's been no follow-up from me as an artist, it's not led back to me in any way. That song has been background music for all sorts of different videos, but there's been no real drive to drive fans from the content to me as a musician or me as an artist, right? This is my own fault. This is totally my own fault. But the thing to take away from this, right, if nothing else, is that don't get me wrong, UGC content and virality is the number one way to market music in 2026, without a doubt. But you can't just rely on the song going viral, right? Because it isn't the golden ticket that you think it is, right? It has to be backed up with content that you deliver as an artist, which is strong as well. You need to be delivering content that is on brand. You need to be engaging with your audience, and you need to be engaging with your niche. Otherwise, a load of random people all over the world will use your song, lovely, but you won't see any money from it, you won't see any streams from it, and you won't see any fans from it, as we've just demonstrated.